this is the purpose of school and all that stuff. That's why people, when they get older, when they get to be adults, they don't accept anything else but the globe spinning in space with curved water, because as children, as kids, that's what you're being taught. It makes a huge difference when something you're taught at that age stays with you the rest of your life, and you just insult and laugh at other people who come with scientific facts. I guess this picture of humanity, you get the message. There's nothing else I need to add besides the fact that you see how people don't research and investigate. You know, in Universal Studios back in the day, they were called Universal Films. They actually started in 1910, 1918. This was the very first time in the primitive days of cinema, black and white with no audio, before the First World War. And they already were showing the globe Earth. My question is, as a human being with intelligence, if you haven't been into space, how the heck do you know that this is the shape of the world you live in? A spinning globe ball with curved water. Afterwards, they changed it to 1923, 1929. They had like a plane going around it with a chemtrail. Hey, awesome stuff, huh? As well. And then 1929, 1935, this was the logo change. So they changed it several times until the Second World War. And then, and again, this was before the days of the space age. You know, this was in the days between the First World War and the Second World War. And then afterwards, you know, even 1935, 1948, during the war, this was the logo. And then 1948, 1962, Universal International. Again, how do they know if you haven't been to space? That's why, you know, the agenda. But people don't, they're not interested in actually knowing history. This is history. This is cinema history. And then afterwards, which is very curious, they didn't change this for 30 years. 28 years, from 1962 to 1990, it was the same logo, just like that. But that's what I'm saying. So the reason why people don't accept anything other than this, usually, it's because the indoctrination is so deep. And cinema and television, that was the main weapon to say we can call television and cinema a weapon. That was the main thing in the 20th century. You know, if like even like in America, one of the CIA directors said that if the American people don't see it on TV, they don't believe it. So with the American people, it's with any people in the world. You know, you have to see it on TV. And now what's TV today? TV today is like the streaming services on the internet. It's the same thing. YouTube can be TV as well, because YouTube has changed the artificial intelligence. Whatever you speak, whatever you do, if you show other stuff than what's the actual globe spinning in space with curved water, the algorithm and the artificial intelligence, it doesn't ban you. It just puts you on the very bottom of everything. So your videos are not found and you're not promoted and stuff like that. So that's how the world works. This is the reality we live in, and there's nothing you can do to change it. So yeah, just a reflection of and remember the evolution of the ball globe. Even though the space exploration stuff, according officially to Wikipedia, started in the 60s and 70s. Anyways, that's see you guys in the next video. Gotta love the human species, don't you? Rockets are balloons. Look at that. A typical NASA rocket or SpaceX or whatever. In this case, I think it's NASA because of the black and white stuff. And it's a balloon. Balloons are not just globe shaped. They can be any shape. Rocket balloon. So a balloon with the shape of a rocket, and down we have like, you know, the force. And it's just, this is just like typical science class, like nothing special. You can do it in science or whatever. Like school science. So that's the type of things I use. We're gonna see another video afterwards regarding the actual rockets of SpaceX and stuff with their balloons. You know, when they fail, that's what happens, because they're balloons. And that's the typical explosion of a balloon in the atmosphere, in the sky, when something happens or when it burns down or whatever. And it's just like it's a balloon. Okay, even like the pieces, they're balloons. And here, for comparison purposes, your typical balloon, that's the type of technology they use. That therefore they never go to space. I think you knew this before, but you know, just so we can enjoy the awesomeness of supreme technology. And that's it in a balloon. You know, a balloon, and the actual rocket itself is very small. You know, it's just like enough to get a boost to go a certain distance in the sky before it goes down in a parabolic way, and that's why they switch afterwards to computer-generated images and videos. So to say that they've been in space, and that's, you know, this is reality. You're not gonna get punished for this, because this is what it is. It's the truth. It's not like other things where you're not allowed to speak about. So there's no rules saying that you're not allowed to show the balloons used by the space agencies. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. You will now see a bunch of old photos. Whatever you make out of them is your choice, your opinion. Hey, human empires, reset, previous human reset, all that stuff about, you know, the 1800s and the 1700s and the true history of humanity. Who knows? Everybody is linking it to Tartaria award, and that's it. And big majority of people, they don't want to go beyond. Can you actually go beyond with such limited information? No, you can't, but at least you can enjoy the photos and make up your mind. And of course, I'm going to show you more and more as we go along. So much information. Whoever has like lots of information, it's not useful for your brain and for your mind. Lots of information and lots of knowledge is tiring, makes you really tired. But who cares? That's what we live for, to become tired. I'm so tired myself. But we'll still continue to research and post whatever is interesting. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Oh, I enjoyed the photos. Yeah, I enjoyed them because, you know, it's nice to see stuff which is not there anymore. You know, it's not, or it was demolished for obvious reasons. Yeah, take care. this is a video about top 10 proofs that the world is not a spinning globe with curved water. But if you say something else, then you're a lunatic and you're not allowed to go to school or to work. You know how the world works. So, proof number 1, balloons with footage at more than 100,000 feet. High altitude amateur balloon footage, which is with cameras with no fisheye lenses. So you need a non-fisheye lens camera, and they show a flat motionless plane. But of course, if you go to the NASA website or to the other people who like to live on curved spinning balls, you will see footage with GoPro lenses, and the GoPro lens effect has fisheye effect. I don't get it why people do not understand the difference between fisheye and non-fisheye lenses. But there you go. Proof number 2, airplanes dips the nose. So I've never seen an airplane dip in the nose. So the airlines and everybody who becomes a pilot, they assume a flat earth when training pilots using their target generation facilities. An airplane traveling at 500 miles per hour or more, but let's speak about conventional commercial planes, and they would have to compensate for a drop of approximately 3,000 feet every minute to maintain cruising altitude and not fly off into space. So if somebody can illuminate me as to why pilots and planes don't do that, and of course I understand if you're a pilot, you're not going to lose your job, because if you say something against, the globe earth, you get to be sent to the doctor, and the doctor says you're not fit to fly, and you lose your job, and then you have to work as a dishwasher or something, or like sell hamburgers at McDonald's, and of course you don't want to do that. So yeah, that's how the world works. Thanks for the Illuminati. Yeah. Proof number 3, the eye. So the law of perspective. I love the law of perspective. So I guess many of you who study art and architecture, you know what I'm talking about. So the law of perspective, which is a law, not like gravity, greatly limits the ability of the human eye to see far distances, and even not just the human eye, even like an artificial eye. So are we to believe that from 240,000 miles away or more, you can make out features on the face of the moon with a naked eye? Which means that if you can do that with a naked eye, and considering the law of perspective, that the moon is not what they tell us, and it's not at 240,000 miles away. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Proof number 4, water. Water finds its level. Water always finds its level. And if the world were a giant sphere spinning through infinite space and with curved water, then you would never see flat level surfaces. They would not exist. But since the world is in fact an extended plane, we have no clue how big it is. This physical property of fluids finding and remaining level is consistent with all the observation. It is scientific. But if you say it like that, then people are just going to laugh at you, and even academics and university professors, they're going to laugh at you. That's how the world works. Thank you very much, Illuminatis. Number 5, we see too far. Now, it is often possible to see, and this is something that people know in that area, the Chicago skyline from sea level 60 miles away across Lake Michigan. And in 2015, actually, a photographer called Joshua Nowicki, he was really viral on the internet. He captured this phenomenon, and according to the curvature formula, Pythagorean formula, 8 inches per mile squared, Chicago should be 2,400 feet below the horizon. And it's not below the horizon, and you can see the skyline. And of course, the TV in America, they said it's a mirage, you're hallucinating. So you have to accept the official version, because if you don't, then you're gonna get isolated in life. Number 6, planes and the plane flights. So hundreds of flights every day. Well, not now, because right now it's forbidden. Who knows if we're ever gonna go back to flying again? But hundreds of flights every day make fuel stops that make no sense on a globe, but they make perfect sense on a flat Earth. Now remember, like today, we also know that planes, they travel with free infinite energy, because they use the energy of air. and they compress air, so everything is possible. It's just how it works. So yeah, there you go. Number 7, it's the jet streams. This is something really easy. You can just check these pictures online, but jet streams on globe Earth versus a plane or flat Earth, which one makes more sense? Obviously it makes more sense to go for the non-globe. I'm saying non-globe because people get mad at me when I say flat. Number 8, crepuscular sun rays. So the sun rays is a classical one. The sun is smaller than the Earth, of course. It's very close. It's not a plasmatic ball. It's probably a disk, electromagnetic energy and stuff like that. So we can trace the angle of the rays back to their source above the clouds, and you can calculate mathematically, and you can see the distance is not 93 million miles away, as they say, or 150 million kilometers. This one, of course, gravity is magic. Everybody knows that gravity is easily explained by density and buoyancy. Newton's theory has never been proven. That's why it's just a theory, and things rise or fall based on their density and the medium with which they travel through. So that's why you have stuff which is lighter than air. My question is, now, a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. So in the end, who is upside down on the globe spinning Earth in space with curved water? Is an Australian, a South African, or a South American upside down with their ass up, or is it like a North American, European, Russian, Chinese? Because, you know, depending on where you live in the world. But yeah, do you see where I'm coming from? And you show this picture to somebody and they're just gonna go crazy, maybe nuts, or they're just gonna like laugh at your stuff, because that's how the world works. There's too many sheeple and sheep in the world, but I can't change that, unfortunately. I can only show you pictures and videos and text, and you know, that's the most we can do, because we're just disappear out of sight because of the curvature of the Earth. So the introduction of the super cameras, and I have absolutely no relationship with this company. I would like to, but I don't. Introduction of the Nikon P900 and Nikon P1000 cameras have posed a real problem for the supposed curvature of the Earth. That's why people who live on a globe Earth with curved water, they don't like Nikon, because Nikon shows you what you see in the picture. With the naked eye, so no zoom, you don't see anything. With zoom, you see the boat. With super zoom, digitally enhanced and optical zoom at maximum, you see everything. So how does that work? Oh, of course, I forgot. The law of perspective. And if you have like a powerful lens, you can see beyond your eyesight. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this like very short but sweet video. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. You know, do you live on a spinning ball with curved water, or do you live like a human being? But of course, we all know that, you know, you lose your job, you lose friends, you lose family. That's how the sheep will work. This world. I'll see you guys in the next video.